A very good morning, students. Standard 6 students, today we'll start your new chapter of history, that is 7th chapter, India during the Maurya period. First, introduction. See student, in the 6th century BCE, a king named Cyrus had established a vast empire in Iran. This empire extended from northwest India to Rome and to Egypt in Africa. Around 518 BCE, an Iranian emperor named Dariush had conquered the region to the northwest of India up to Punjab. Dariush had required some soldiers from this area to his army. We learn about this from the writings of Greek historians. Political relations between India and Iran were established during this reign. Emperor Dariush. This led to the greater exchange in the field of the trade and art. Emperor Dariush had introduced a uniform currency called Darik in all parts of his empire. So first point, the Greek emperor, that is Alexander's invasion. Alexander the Greek emperor invaded India's northwestern frontier in the 326 BCE. Crossing the Indus-Sindhu river, he reached Takshashila. On the way, he met with forceful opposition from the local Indian kings. He defeated them all and successfully reached the Punjab. However, in this invasion, his army had to suffer severe hardship. The soldiers were eager to go back to home. They rebelled against Alexander and was forced to turn back. He therefore appointed a Greek officer to administer the conquered territories, and they were known as the satraps. He started his return journey but died on the way back in the 323 BC at Babylon. At the place of Babylon he was died on the way back to his journey, and today Babylon is located into the Iraq. Alexander's campaign led to an increase in the trade between India and Western world. The historians who accompanied Alexander introduced India to the Western world through their writings. Greek sculpture influenced Indian art, giving rise to the Gandhara school of art. The Greek kings minted characteristic coin on one side, and the coin had a picture of the king who had minted the coin, and on the other side. That means one side the picture of the king and other side has minted that coin, and their devotees, that is God. That is picture of Greek God. The name of the king was also written on that coin. Alexander's coins were of the some time. Later Indian kings were also started to minting the similar coins for their emperors. Then second point, that is Maurya Empire. Chandragupta Maurya founded the Maurya Empire. People were tired of tyrannical rule of the Nanda king of Magda, that is Dhananand. Chandragupta Maurya brought it an end and established his own kingdom in Magadh in around 325 BC. He won Avanti and Saurashtra and began to extend the boundaries of his empire. After Alexander's death, a struggle for power began among the satraps. He appointed the Seleucus Nicator, Alexander's general. He became the king of Babylon after Alexander's death. He invaded the northwest frontier region of India and Punjab. Chandragupta Maurya successfully resisted his aggression. The defeat of Seleucus Nicator led to the inclusion of northwest region of Kabul, Kandahar and Herat in the Maurya Empire. Majestan Seleucus Nicator's ambassador stayed back to the Chandragupta's Maurya's court. His book of Indica is an important source of the study of India during the Maurya period. There is an inscription stating that the Emperor Chandragupta Maurya had built a dam called Sudarshan near Junagadh in Gujarat state. Next, Emperor Ashok. After Chandragupta renounced the throne, he was succeeded by his son Bindusara. After Bindusara's death, his son Ashoka succeeded to the throne. In 273 BC, Ashoka had been appointed the governor of Takshashila and Ujjain before he came to be throne. As the governor, he had successfully crushed the revolt of Takshashila. After becoming the emperor of Magad, he launched a campaign against the state of Kalinga. Kalinga occupied the reign of today's Odisha state. Emperor Ashoka conquered the Kalinga. Ashoka's empire extended from the Afghanistan in the northwest and the Nepal in the north to Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh in the south. From Bengal in the east and Saurashtra in the west. The next point, Kalinga War. Ashoka was deeply moved by the bloodshed of the Kalinga War. He decided never to wage a war again. He came to be believed that truth, non-violence, compassion and forgiveness were the important values. Ashoka wanted to spread this teaching among the common people. Therefore, he had pillar edicts and stone inscription engraved throughout his kingdom. These writings are in the Brahmini script. In this inscription, he is referred to as the Devanam Piyo Piyadasi, that means beloved of gods and he who looks on with affection. Another inscription states that the 8 years after he ascended the throne, he made the conquest of Kalinga and had a change of heart on seeing the devastation of it caused. An inscription of Emperor Ashoka at Delhi Topda shows that he had put strict restriction on the hunting of bats, monkeys, rhinoceros and on setting fire to forest.